All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
They gonna need some therapy after this.
Lee Griffin.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
A gain of a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Second and 9 now. Pretty move. It's caught. Smith shedding the tackler and gives him some room. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Just the first quarter of a tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jared McKinnon. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Mike's 5-4. Hey, man, watch the boot.
Hey, check 20.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Good job, D.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. It's third down and 4.
Ready. 15, Lonnie.
Strong right. 4 down. Run.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football. Now signal to the kicking game. Hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Okay, break.
My God, 55.
Yo, go. Say hut.
You got nothing.
Dude.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the slant.
Check 50. Check 50. Under 10. Under 10.
Look at me. Door. Ready.
Now Tannehill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Not a good opener. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Go set. 50. Plant.
54 Mike. Run it.
Snap.
A first down carry for Smith. Anthony Brown there on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Let's
The
go
run
now.
got 4.
18
Now they
Gator.
deal with a 2nd and 6.
Switch up.
Get it.
Now Ito Smith. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs,
60
they're
out
going to
long.
open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
80 weapon. Deep river.
They'll drop to throw. And he finds Seals Jones complete. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
Watch 55.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Hit it.
2nd and 6. Johnson's got it complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there.
Here we go.
Keeps the sticks moving.
70.
This quarterback
Indy.
now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Covered by Jason McCourty.
Set up. 90 Wolf.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Push him back.
6-6. Bullet high. Hey, Foxtrot. Set go.
2nd and 10. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The 2nd down.
That's it, baby.
Set
This
ready.
offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
By the defense. Result of the play.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Elliott on first down, going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
With the score, Falcons 7, Cowboys nothing.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, let's get this. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
Now! Ready!
Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, Mike pulled it in.
Let's go.
It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Watch the twist.
Tannehill now to throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, after the success they had on the second play of the drive, I think they were trying to recreate it with that pass, weren't they?
Yeah, they were trying to go a little tic-tac-toe, 3 plays into the end zone.
I like that. Can I just put the X in the middle of the block as the defense just did there? Sure. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
53, Mike.
Back to throw, Tannehill. It's complete to Snead. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing at the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field and to come away with nothing. That's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. On 2nd down, here's Smith, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Watch for flood. Watch the flood.
On 1st down, Smith.
Run.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Back to throw here. That's complete to Smith.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Before Mike.
Y'all not ready?
Shoot.
3rd and short, McKinnon. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
All day, baby, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, did you practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On the ready.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe.
You're out.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Rock it. Let's go.
From the 29, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play here for the Cowboys. 43 yards.
Go.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on 1st down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 21-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, tight.
Hey, orbit. Get it.
Here's Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2, past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
That's a pick, boy. That's a pick. Going the other way.
They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now here's Pollard, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score.
Touchdown.
Tony Pollard with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Point after, right down the middle, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Cowboys 7.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now with still more than a minute to go, what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Run!
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown,
They can't
in for the score. And the Falcons push further out in front. And he's having a nice little 1st half here, partner.
It's a 1st half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout.
Down.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Ready.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Topper.
Check.
Go.
Here's Elliott. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaking up down there on the field.
Ready.
While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
Let's go now.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down.
Ready.
Now Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Blue draw corkers.
Hatchet.
Now.
Throwing on second down, Tannehill. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right through. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at its 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Come on,
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission? And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They'll run it again with Smith. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
On the double.
Mike 10.
Bravo.
Let's go.
10's the mic. 10's the mic. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Hit it.
Back to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Get ready.
He got 29 yards that time. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready, break.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
It's a part of that.
Go.
They'll set up to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Here we go. He's coming.
61, matchbox lights.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep for into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Touchdown, Cowboys! Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the point as the kick's away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Down.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a first down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Pick, baby, all day.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Pick the edge. Come.
22 jet bomber.
Let's go.
Down.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
You ready?
53 is the mic.
On the play.
Check the outs. Check
First
the outs. Check the
down,
outs.
Cowboys.
53's the mic. 53. Check.
Gone.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D.
Yep. Get it.
On first down, it's Tannehill.
Shift.
Got a man, it's Brown. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this one is over.
Letting one go deep, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Willie Snead, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
The kick
extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get the proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and that'll make it third down.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Hey. Smooth.
Hey, check Mike.
He'll drop to throw. That's caught. Jones. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. He hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection into Jones there.
You got him.
2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 30. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. From the 29, Taylor stepping up. He'll try and run. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Hey, Alpha.
Dude.
Out of the gun now on third down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure the ball's holding.
They'll set up a throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Smith. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Falcons on third
60
down.
outlaw.
They've converted
Hey,
4
exit.
times out of 6. Not bad. This
Yo,
is
yo, yo,
third
go,
and 7.
go.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Get it.
He'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee. As they'll start at the 21-yard line.
21-yard line.
Ready.
About
60
set for
or.
this next drive by the Cowboys
Leo,
offense.
Leo.
And for them, a touchdown their last go
Keep
around.
grip,
Obviously,
keep
they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Down.
The first down
10
run got
over.
5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Sam on.
Double dog. That's the way.
Now.
Underground.
Now Tannehill
Check.
completes it to Davis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Ready.
Some good games going on in the early window.
Look at me.
This might be
Go,
the best of the
go.
bunch.
You go tight.
Go. Hit it.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Check.
Look at me. Zipper.
Twist.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down, but they are in field goal range already. Trying to run forward with Pollard, but he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Come on,
Not
set.
totally
15,
home free yet,
Lonnie.
but it's looking
59.
good as they come up first and
General
10.
West.
What screen?
49, check 49, check 49.
Ready, ready.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
That's 6, baby.
Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Point after, right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Fighter. Yep.
The motion.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that will be incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
They've gone final now in our nation's capital. The Redskins have scored yet again. They've really opened that one up. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. He's going to let it fly. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10. Once again from the 28. 2nd and 10. Complete. Smith has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
If he can get a matchup against a linebacker, maybe a defense guy dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. but I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Dallas, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.